Hi, welcome to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Julia Greene, one of the rotating hosts for the Lowdown, and we are here to talk about recycling in Lynn and the Recycling IQ program that we are implementing this summer. Today I'm here with Alicia Raby Cefalo, and do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, Julia.
Hi.
So, like you said, my name's Alicia. A lot of people know me as Squish. So I went to North Shore Community College. I recently graduated with a degree in environmental horticulture. And of course, that's how I met you, was at North Shore. And now I go to Goddard College in Vermont, but I get to work from home, which is really cool. And I get to do stuff in my community like we're doing right now. But what I'm studying there is just sustainability, but I'm focusing on anti-racism and climate denial, climate literacy, and like sustainability of spirit, because I feel like those are aspects of sustainability that just are largely ignored. So that's what I'm working on.
Great. And then what do you do with us? I'm the recycling coordinator for the city of Lynn, but what do you do with us?
Well, you hired me as the supervisor for the Recycling IQ team this year.
All right, well, great. And we're going to talk more about the Recycling IQ program, but I want to go and start and talk a little bit about trash and recycling in Lynn, because really they're very, very different. So first of all, when your trash is picked up, where that goes, it goes to the whale operator trash energy to
waste
to energy plant in on Route 107, right over the Lynn border in Saugus. You probably have seen that. It's the big chimney. So basically, it's an incinerator, but it captures methane gas and it takes out a lot of other pollutants. So it's better than landfilling, although they do landfill a little bit. They landfill the ash. So I want you to know that. So that's where our trash goes. And we, in the city of Lynn, pays and pays a lot. It's expensive to put our trash there. So then there's recycling, and recycling gets picked up. And there's certain things that you can recycle: bottles, cans, plastics, and also metal cans. So all of that gets taken to a recycling processing plant. That doesn't cost us any money to drop off. And what happens is it gets processed and then it gets sold. So Waste Management has that plant, and they sell it to the different markets. It really doesn't bring in a huge amount of money, but it saves us money. The more we recycle, the more Lynn saves. And then apart from that is we save the planet too, because we really want to recycle as much as possible and not to be putting it up in the incinerator or also putting it in a landfill. And that's what's been happening up to this point. So that's what happens with our trash and our recycling. So it goes to a processing plant, and you'll see these pictures that we'll be putting up behind us. And those pictures show like a processing plant and people taking things off the line. And then you see one with a bale of cans. And so those cans actually, within a month, they're already on the shelf as another soda can. It's really quite amazing. And then they're also taking out a lot of plastic bags. So you may have seen all of our billboards and signs up around Lynn, and we did a mailing about no bags in the recycling, because it causes the machinery at the recycling plant to get all funky, and then they've got to actually cut the bags out of the machines a few times a day just to get things moving again. But there's a lot of stuff that goes into the recycling carts that's the wrong thing, and all that gets trashed, and that's a big problem. And it's not just a problem for Lynn, it's a national problem and it's a state problem. So what we did at DBW is we applied for a grant to run the Recycling IQ program, which is a way to cut down on contamination. And so we got that grant, and that's what we're running right now to do education for people in Lynn on how to recycle correctly. So I'm going to let Alicia tell you more about like what the Recycling IQ program is.
Yeah, so it's pretty simple, which is a nice change from the last time we tried this. So it's just a simple recycling enforcement program, and so all it really entails is that we go to specified areas a couple times. It's a 16-week program.
Yeah.
So we're consistently coming back to the same carts and making sure that what's in them is supposed to be in them.
Yeah.
And if there's one or two things, we're not gonna reject the cart based on one or two things. People have seen us pulling things out and putting them in the trash, but if there's bags or styrofoam like woven throughout it, and even if the rest of it is clean and dry, we really need to reject that cart. So we use these tags right here. So it has bags, it has like yuck for food or liquid, clothing we don't want in there, big items like big plastic chairs or propane tanks or wood or weird stuff, and then we see a lot of like plastic hangers and things like that. But so, if we see those items, if we can pull one or two out, we won't reject the cart, but otherwise we will reject it. And so we tag it and turn it, as we say, tag it and turn it, and we leave it to the resident to clean up that cart.
Yeah.
So that it can be collected the next week, the next recycling time.
So contaminated carts mean that there's something in there that's not right. What are some of the common things that you find in people's carts? And we have some on the table too. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, definitely the biggest one, and even just the billboards and stuff that we did made a huge difference with bags like this, with the handled bags that you get at the store. But other things that are considered bags are like sandwich bags, chip bags, the stuff that goes around water bottles, stuff around soap. Any kind of packaging like this that's flimsy plastic is considered a bag, and so therefore it's not recyclable in our specific program.
Right, right.
But you can, as you said, bring these items with these bags back to like Stop and Shop, or I shouldn't have said that.
No, that's fine. Any supermarket. How's
Sorry.
that?
Any supermarket. And there's a big bin at the front, and you can stuff all that stuff in there. Or you can, reuse it or just throw it in the trash.
How about the foam? It seems like people are confused about the foam too. Can you show some of what that looks like?
Yeah. So these are some of the more common foams that we see. We also see like the big giant packing styrofoam pieces that you get on TVs or electronics. But this stuff is no good. It's just not recyclable in the program that we have right now. Not that it's not recyclable, just not with us.
Yeah, actually, even in the whole state of Massachusetts, there's no place to take styrofoam. There was a couple of years ago, but that place went out of business. So there really is no place in Massachusetts to recycle styrofoam.
Yeah, and so kind of the reason that it's not recyclable is because once it goes into the truck, it like explodes into 1,000 pieces and makes everything dirty, and it's just
no
a
place to
mess.
take it.
And no place to take it. So yeah.
So we only have a quick minute left. So tell us a little bit. Is it working? And so we have the slide up here that shows our little graph in every day of the week, and it's all going. Contamination is going down by how much so far?
So far, it's about 20 to 30%, depending upon the area that we're doing, which for any social outreach campaign is like phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
So 20 to 30% decrease in contaminants, like kind of across the board, which is really, really encouraging.
Right.
And which means that the program's working well, and I
Well,
love
that's
it.
great. Well, we'll come back to you in a few weeks and tell you more about the program as we continue. And maybe we'll come back and talk about other things that we're trying to get out of the recycle cart as we still plow along. But anyway, thank you, and keep recycling and clean up that cart.